There's a secret message on the drum in the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band cover.
There's a secret message on the drum in the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band cover.
Yesterday and Today was supposed to have a Morbid cover.
Yesterday and Today was supposed to have a Morbid cover.
If you play A Day in the Life backwards, there's a hidden message.
Some fans think that the lyrics of A Day in the Life played forward contain evidence of Paul McCartney's passing, but just wait until you hear the song in reverse. Playing it backward reveals a message that likely has no meaning, but some truthers have interpreted it as Paul is a dead man, miss him, miss him. The song's bizarre concluding sequence played in reverse reveals a message that sounds something like, "Will Paul be there as Superman?" Maybe it's a reference to meeting Paul again in heaven, or maybe it's a nonsensical misinterpretation of backward, jumbled lyrics.
A Day in the Life is full of lyrics that could be clues.
The song A Day in the Life is an excellent example of John Lennon and Paul McCartney's complementary songwriting skills. However, there are those who believe that McCartney was gone long before the song was ever released, and that the lyrics are actually about the hidden 1966 fate of the bass player. Lines like "he blew his mind out in a car" are seen by some as a reference to the car accident that supposedly claimed McCartney's life.
People think the fake Paul was introduced on Sgt. Pepper's.
For the seminal 1967 album Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, the Beatles created an entire fictional band for themselves to portray making Sgt. Pepper's one of the first real concept albums in music history. Of course, it also created a convenient opportunity for them to introduce a brand new band member, a look-alike and sound-alike of Paul McCartney. Some conspiracists allege that the replacement's name is Billy Shears, and they introduce him with the line, "So let me introduce to you to the one and only Billy Shears." Of course, some people say the replacement's name is actually William Campbell, and everyone seems to forget that Shears was played by Ringo on the album.
A license plate reading 28IF is supposedly a reference to Paul.
Those who focus entirely on the four Beatles walking across Abbey Road may be missing one of the most important clues in the mystery of Paul's fate. A Volkswagen parked in the background of the photo between Paul and George has a license plate that reads 28IF. Conspiracy believers argue that it's an intentional message that Paul McCartney would have been 28 when Abbey Road was released if only he hadn't been in a car accident in 1966. Of course, McCartney was actually 27 when the album was released, but don't let facts dissuade you from the truth.
The album cover for Abbey Road contains funeral imagery.
The album cover for 1969's Abbey Road may be one of the most famous album covers in music history. The iconic image features the Beatles walking across the titular road, and McCartney truthers think there's some obvious funeral imagery at play. Lennon is the priest, clad all in white. Ringo Starr is the undertaker in his black garb, and George Harrison, who is dressed for work, is the gravedigger. That leaves Paul McCartney as the corpse to be buried. Further evidence shows that Paul is walking out of step with the rest of the band, representing his place in the afterlife. He's not wearing shoes, which some have argued is a symbol of death.
John supposedly says, "I buried Paul at the end of Strawberry Fields Forever."
Perhaps the most infamous bit of evidence that Paul McCartney was replaced is a cryptic soundbite from the end of Strawberry Fields Forever. Eagle-eared fans claim that they hear John Lennon moaning, "I buried Paul," which they take as a confession. Of course, what Lennon actually says is relatively unclear and completely up to interpretation. For the record, Lennon himself said the lyric was actually cranberry sauce.
Hey guys, thank you so much for the support and likes and comments down below, and also thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Then take care, bye.